How did Nicola's Fitbit gave heart rate output for 8 days after she drowned? Hello my viewers, welcome back on another video on Nicola Bulley's case on London Argabits channel. I found an article on Mirror Online regarding how police tracked Nicola's last movements and found an important and concerning statement presented during inquest. Before we go into the news, I would like to play a short clip from the press conference related to Nicola's Fitbit. Let's take a look what Ms. Rebecca Smith says about Nicola's Fitbit.
Moving on to Fitbit, as I know this has been of interest. Unfortunately, despite many technicians and specialists looking at this, there is no further information that we can gain from that because it hadn't been synced for a number of days. Because it hadn't been synced for a number of days. Because it hadn't been synced for a number of days.
Let's now see the news post. Nicola Bulley's Fitbit gave a heart rate output for 8 days after she drowned. By Ryan Merrifield, published on the 26th of June 2023. Nicola Bulley's Fitbit watch gave a heart rate output for 8 days after she drowned, an inquest heard. The mum of 2 drowned after cold river water, and there is no evidence anyone else was involved in her death, the coroner's court was told today. The 45-year-old went missing after dropping her daughters at school and going on a dog walk on January 27 along the River Wyre in St Michael's, Lancashire. Her phone, still connected to a Teams call, was found on a bench overlooking the water while pet Willow was wandering nearby. Nicola's body was found in the river about a mile from the bench on February 19, after an extensive search. The Fitbit was still attached to her wrist and is believed to have lost power on February 4 as no further data had been obtained beyond that point, and when it was placed on charge it displayed that date. On January 27, between 8 a.m. and 9:30 a.m., the Fitbit recorded 4,548 steps. After 9:30 a.m., no further steps were recorded by the device. DC Keith Greenhalgh told the first day of the inquest at Preston's County Hall, a possible explanation for Nicola's Fitbit continuing to provide heart rate output sporadically until the 4th of February could be a result of the movement of water passing between the device and Nicola's wrist. Testing on inanimate objects provided similar results when there was a movement in the water. Please pay attention to the following very carefully. Let me reread the last few sentences. On January 27, between 8 a.m. and 9:30 a.m., the Fitbit recorded 4,548 steps. After 9:30 a.m., no further steps were recorded by the device. Let's check what Fitbit device Nicola had. In other words, let's check what Fitbit model Nicola was wearing. The model is important to identify the GPS functionality on the Fitbit device. According to the Telegraph, Nicola had a Fitbit Versa 4. Thank you to my subscriber, Felicity McDowell at Felicity McDowell 8200, for providing this information. According to the Fitbit website, the Fitbit Versa 4 has dynamic GPS functionality. This means the Fitbit Versa 4 sets the GPS type at the start of the workout. If you take your phone with you, the Fitbit uses your phone's GPS sensors to map your route. If your phone is nearby but not moving when you start the exercise, Fitbit Versa 4 will use built-in GPS. Let me ask a very important question for the digital experts. If Nicola's Fitbit was recording the heart rate from 27th of January to 4th of February, then the Fitbit must have used its built-in GPS and recorded the GPS coordinates for Nicola's movement. It will look like this. This is vital for the case inquiry. The GPS coordinates would have confirmed where Nicola was exactly. The Fitbit must have resynced with Nicola's phone when the digital inquiry team carried out the investigation after the recovery. The GPS data would have been uploaded to the Fitbit cloud. I'm sure everyone will be curious to know why the GPS data of Nicola's Fitbit was not presented in the inquest. Next, let's look at how the Fitbit heart rate sensor works, as this is important to this case. Fitbit uses photoplethysmography to track heart rate. Photoplethysmography, PPG, is a simple optical technique used to detect volumetric changes in blood in peripheral circulation. When your heart beats, your capillaries expand and contract based on blood volume changes. To determine the heart rate, the optical heart rate sensor in the Fitbit device flashes its green LEDs hundreds of times per second and uses light-sensitive photodiodes to detect the volume changes in the capillaries above your wrist. Then the Fitbit device calculates how many times your heart beats per minute, BPM. The optical heart rate sensor detects a range of 30 to 220 BPM. The question is, does the Fitbit heart rate sensor work when in water? According to experts, the Fitbit heart rate optical sensor can be impacted by the water and the heart rate reading will not be accurate when in water. Let's go back to the inquest statement. Nicola's Fitbit continuing to provide heart rate output sporadically until the 4th of February could be a result of the movement of water passing between the device and Nicola's wrist. Testing on inanimate objects provided similar results when there was a movement in the water. A typical day heart rate recording will look like this. When in water, the artificial heart rate produced by the water flow for a non-human will be different. I'm sure the medical professional should be able to look at the water heart rate reading and confirm if it's generated by a human heart or by the water flow. Unfortunately, I couldn't borrow a Fitbit Versa 4 to do this water experiment. If you have any personal experience with Fitbit Versa 4, please let me know your experience in the comments section. As I mentioned on my previous video, Fitbit can provide the vital clues on Nicola's disappearance. I hope someone will look at this if there is a review of Nicola's case. Thank you for watching this video. If you like the content, please remember to like this video and please subscribe my channel. Thank you all once again, and I will see you on another video.